Hey students, it's Mr. Ezzy again with another socially emotional lesson. I'm excited about this one, like I always say, because it's a very important topic that we're going to discuss. We're going to be talking about boundaries again, boundaries. See students, it's very important for us to establish the right kind of boundaries. Those who love themselves sets the right boundaries. Let's get right into my book, As He Says, Essence for the Students I Serve. And we're going to be on page 101, and we're going to be talking under the section boundaries. Let's go ahead and read. Boundaries are important, and it's important that you establish them now. Everyone doesn't deserve access to you. Those who are aware of their values set boundaries, and those who don't have open borders. How do you see you? Do you value you? Are you allowing negative people, products, persuasions access to you? You are too valuable to have open borders. Establish your value and establish your boundaries quickly so that your heart will be guarded. Now, there's a difference between having boundaries and being closed off. It is never safe to grow in isolation. Isolation leads to desolation. Some people in this world understand value and boundaries. Set boundaries with a gate so that you can at least let the good people in. See, students, it's very important for us to establish boundaries because there's a lot of bad people in this world. And there's a lot of people that's going to try to come into your life selfishly to drain you of your time, your emotions, your energy, and everything else that's valuable to you. Let's get right into this paragraph and break down sentence by sentence so that we can really get a better understanding about how you can set the right boundaries. Let's start with the first sentence. Boundaries are important. It is important that you establish them now. Keyword now. It's very important for you to establish the right type of boundaries now. But before you can establish the right type of boundaries, you have to establish who you are. You are valuable. You've heard me say this many videos. You are extremely valuable. And those who see value in themselves limits the access of other people into their lives. Because those who know who they are able to discern, or at least able to recognize or see the clues of a person that doesn't have their best interest for you. That's why it's very important for you to take time to get to know people, because not everybody's your friend. Not everybody is a great role model. Not everybody sees you for who you are. Some people just see you and how they can benefit from you. You want people to bless you or to give to you or to connect with you with no strings attached. That's what Mr. Ezzy does. I always observe the strings as attached to people's offers, to people's desires of my time, etc., because I'm too valuable. Not everybody can pay for my presence. Not everybody is able to really genuinely connect to me. And that's what you have to do. You have to establish your value now so that you can establish your boundaries now. So you as a young lady won't let just any man in your life or let anyone access to you. As a young man, you won't just allow everyone within your place of comfort or peace, because you know just how valuable you are. Boundaries are important, very important, students. Please understand that. It is important that you establish them now. Everyone doesn't deserve access to you. That's very important. Everyone does not deserve access to you. So many students are walking naive, are walking just open-hearted, and are letting anyone access to them. Not everyone deserves access to you. You gotta understand, people should enter at the level of your value. They should be able to enter at the level of their respect towards you. But if you don't respect yourself, people will come into your life and disrespect you. See, people are like vultures. When they see like deadness, when they see deadness out there, they'll circle around that person who is dead to themselves. Will circle around that person who doesn't see value in themselves until they're ready to eat from their life, to take from them. You don't want to be surrounded by vultures. You don't want to let vultures or leeches in, because vultures only circle around dead things. Leeches only connect to people that they can drain from. And when you know your value, you will be alive. You will be electric. You will be vibrant. And you will have such a vigor about yourself that vultures can't even last around you because there's nothing dead in you. And leeches won't be able to latch on to you because you're on guard. Everyone doesn't deserve access to you. Those who are aware of their values set boundaries, and those who don't have open borders. That's very important. Those who are aware of their values set boundaries. This is how far I go, and this is how far you can come in. See, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things that people should not have easy access to. People should not have easy access to your mind, to your body, to your time, to your energy, to your emotions, and to your money. People should not have easy access to your mind. Very important. Your mind is a terrible thing to waste, and your mind is a terrible thing to allow other people to waste. You should not allow everyone access to your mind. This is one of the most valuable assets you have. Everything you watch on YouTube should not have access to your mind. Your ears and your eyes are the gates to your mind and your soul. If you guard your ears and guard your eyes and are discerning of what's in front of you and what's trying to get in through your ear and eye gates, then you will say, no, this is not pertaining to my purpose. This is not pertaining to life. This is not pertaining to good things. This thing is actually damaging me. And then when you guard your ear gate and your eye gate, your mind will develop in a peaceful environment, and you will be sharp, you will be witty, you will be clever, and you will be discerning, and you will be able to navigate life wisely. People should not have access or deserve access to your body. You got to make sure you watch out for those vultures, those men that's trying to get around you, ladies, those men or women that's trying to get around you, ladies and young men. Be very on guard for people that's trying to benefit you from you in a nasty way with your body. You also got to make sure you be on guard with your time. Your time, you can get anything back in life. You can get money back, you can get a friend back, you can get whatever back, but one thing you cannot get back is wasted time. And you should not allow any and everybody access to your time, because your time is your life. How you manage your time will determine how you manage your life. So you got to be very careful that not everybody has access to your time. Who has access to the minutes, the seconds, the hours of your day? And make sure that you know how to keep certain people at bay so that your day can be established. Not everybody deserves access to your energy. You have a certain amount of energy every day before burnout. Your energy is based upon how you eat, how you exercise, and your emotional state. If you're eating right, if you exercise, if your emotions are solid, then you will birth premium ripe energy for the next day. But if with that energy, you have to be very careful, because once that energy is burned, you can't get that energy back. That energy's over. You have to make sure that you set boundaries, and to have access to your energy, that you utilize that energy for things that will bring more energy back to you, and that will bring synergy, that will bring more vigor to what you view as valuable. Not everybody deserves access to your emotions. You got to make sure you don't get emotionally connected to everyone, because a lot of kids are emotionally connected to people, and then when that person makes a decision, that kid is now on the Epsom flow, in the valleys and mountaintops of emotions because of the actions of somebody else. You got to guard your emotions. There ain't no time. This ain't the right time to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, because people your age don't know how to maximize, or don't even know the value of your emotion or who you are. That's why it's very important for you to establish your value so that your emotions won't run rampant. Also, people should not have deserve access to your money. That's for later on down the road, but you can watch this video later when you have a job. Not everybody deserves access to your money. And those who understand their value sets the right boundaries around those things, because they have value in themselves. Those who are aware of their value set boundaries, and those who don't have open borders. There are people who are open, too open. You can't open your life up to everybody. You can't be too nice. You have to be gentle as a dove, but sharp as a serpent. You got to be able to be crafty and discerning and smart and wise and think 3 moves ahead. But you also at the same time be nice, be gentle, but don't be stupid. You see what I'm saying? Be nice, be cool, but give yourself time to see the hearts of people. Do not have open borders, because not everybody can steward your land. How do you see you? Do you value you? Those are the 2 top questions you must have an answer for. You must have an answer. How do you see you? When you look in the mirror, do you like you? Man, listen, I understand. I grew up with this big forehead my whole life. You see what I'm saying? I wasn't in my eyes as a young man, I wasn't the most attractive. I had high water pants. I didn't really have much, and my value was based upon people's accolades or people's appreciation or people's presence in my life. And then as I got older, I realized that abandonment was one of my strongest strongholds. That because I didn't see value in me, my value was based upon the people that was in my vicinity. But then when people came in and left my life, my value kept swinging. That my value was high when people was around and celebrating Josh or Mr. Ezzy. But when people left, I felt myself low until I realized that my value is not based upon the actions of others. Your value should not be based upon the actions of others. You got to be able to say, well, that doesn't matter how you act. It doesn't matter what you do. I'm going to keep doing me, boo. I'm going to keep doing me, young man. I'm going to keep doing me because I value me. And when I got over that abandonment, when I got over that and I began to forgive those people and I began to go forward and develop who I am, man, it don't matter who comes and go in my life, Mr. Ezzy's still pursuing his. And that's what you got to look in the mirror and say, what is it about myself that I do not like? Because whatever you do not own about yourself will be sold against you. You'll catch that when you get older, if not now, because I believe a lot of you are smart. But whatever you don't own about yourself will be sold against you. And what I mean by that, I had to own this forehead or people will be selling it against me. They'll be using it against me. Well, I got to love every attribute of me. If there's something in the mirror that I cannot change, then I own it. If there's something that I look in the mirror that I can change, like when Mr. Ezzy was 310 pounds, I begin to look in the mirror and say, Josh, Mr. Ezzy, Coach Josh, or whoever, you got to change that. If you don't like it and you can change it, then change it. But if you look in the mirror and you got these certain features that you cannot change, own it. Own it immediately so nobody can sell it against you. The next question is, do you value you? It's evident in your boundaries. Are you allowing negative people, products, persuasions access to you? You got to make sure you ensure that no negative people or negative person, products, or persuasions. Persuasions are influences. Whether it's on TV, YouTube, TikTok, whatever it is, you got to make sure you on guard on certain persuasions and make sure that you're not sucked into certain dances that's provocative, to certain ambitions that are improper for the fellas, so that you're able to be on guard of the persuasions in our world. You are too valuable to have open borders. Establish your value and establish your boundaries quickly so that your heart will be guarded. Listen, if you don't remember anything else I say, students, remember this. Everyone deserves access to some form of your love. But not everybody deserves access to your heart. That is very important. Your heart is valuable. Your heart is who you are. Your heart is who you desire to be. It's the most vulnerable parts of you. See, love and your heart are two totally different things. Your love is your actions. Your heart is who you are. See, everyone deserves some access to my love. And even in that, there's limits to my love. So there's certain people that I'll give a high five to, or I'll say what's up to, but I won't really spend time with them. I really won't have a conversation with them. I may give them 10 seconds of my time, 30 seconds of my time, but I won't give them 30, 40, 50 minutes of my time. There's limits and levels to my love, and there has to be limits and levels to yours. When you know you set the level, your love is set at the level of other people's respect of you. Do not go over and beyond a person's respect of you, because if you cast your pearls to swine, all they will do is step over it in time. So what you have to do is you have to say, okay, how is this person treating me? Then you determine the level of your love towards them, which is maybe I just say hey to them, maybe I just say only kind things and I walk away. But I'm not going to allow them to be a part of my way in life. And I have this analogy that I give kids and people all the time. There's people outside on the sidewalk that I'll say hey to, but I won't let them in my yard. There are certain people that I let in my yard, but I won't let sit on the front porch with me. There are certain people that I let sit on the front porch with me, but I won't let them in my house. See, there's different access levels. There's certain people that you'll wave at the street. Hope you're doing good, Mr. Jenkins. Hope you're doing good, Jimmy. Hope you're doing good, Sarah. But you won't let them come in your yard while you're planting or while you're playing. There's certain people you'll let in your yard. They're cool, but they're not cool enough to sit down on your porch to drink lemonade with you. There are certain people that are cool, that you're down with, that you can sit on the front porch with and drink lemonade with, but they're not verified enough or certified enough, genuine enough, proven to be a friend enough to let them in your house. Your life is your house, and you got to set limits and boundaries based upon people. But if you don't value yourself, you will open your borders to gain value from other people. Value is from the inside out. Do not determine your value outside in. Determine your value inside out. Look on the inside and see what you was given that's uniquely tailored to you and determines your value, and then you will begin to see value outside of you, and then your boundaries will be established beyond you. Establish your value and establish your boundaries quickly so that your heart will be guarded. Always guard your heart. Your heart is your house. Don't let everybody inside. Now, there is a difference between having boundaries and being closed off. We don't want you to be such an introvert that you don't let anybody in. There are people who genuinely love you. It's okay to set boundaries, but don't be so closed off that you can at least have nobody to love you. Even in the midst of this social distancing, be very careful that you don't lose what it means to be a human and lose what it means to be connected. Be wise, be smart so you don't get sick or nothing like that. But after this is over, do not allow that to push away those who genuinely love you. It is never safe to grow in isolation. Isolation leads to desolation, means destruction, means completely obliterated. Never be an island, at least be a peninsula. If you at least be connected to something, don't be an island. Some good people in this world understand value and boundaries. There are some good people in this world. Contrary to popular belief, there are some genuinely good people in this world. So you have to at least be able to see, because value recognizes value. If you value you, you will be able to recognize value. Not necessarily value that other people can't recognize, because you got to be very careful with that. You got to be very careful letting people in your life who don't recognize their own value, because if they don't recognize their own value, they will cause you to devalue yourself mentally. We're talking about people who value you and you value them. Those people are good people. Set boundaries with the gate, and I'm going to end here. Set boundaries with the gate so that you can at least let the good people in. Do not just set boundaries full of walls. At least set enough boundaries with a small gate in the front with a lock that you're able to say, you know what? You're a good person. I'll let you in. Hope this was a good blessing. Hope this was a blessing for you guys. Hope you learned something from it. Make sure you understand boundaries are very important. You got to make sure that you understand your values so you can set the right boundaries. I have an activity for you. Make sure you download this worksheet. It's simple questions. What boundaries do you need to establish now? Think about yourself. Think about your value. And what boundaries do you establish now based upon the value that you see in you? Next question I want you to work through. What or who has access to you now, and should they? I want you to write down who has access to your mind, body, time, energy, emotions, and money, and should they, yes or no? And then you will determine which way you should go from there. Mr. Desi loves you. I'll see you guys next time. Make sure you really process this because it's very important. Make sure you understand that everyone deserves access to some form of your love. But not everybody deserves access to your heart, because whoever has access to your heart now will form the shape of your heart going forward. Love you. See you next time. Peace.